Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and today I'm gonna be able to show you all of the hero changes coming into Season 7 early, which includes a nerf to Orisa, a change to Mei's primary fire, and of course a Sombra rework, along with a bunch of other hero changes. And if you know any Sombra main, or frankly any hero that's getting changed in Season 7, be sure to send them this video so that they can get informed on what's happening to their hero. But enough chitter chatter, let's finally get it started. But real quickly, I'm gonna be saving Sombra for last because there are just so many changes for that hero that I want to get to the small changes out of the way first. So let's start with the tank changes first, which is going to involve Orisa, Ramattra, Hammond, and Zarya. Now, when it comes to Orisa's change, this is just going to be very simple. It's going to be a nerf to her Fortify, where they're going to be reducing the damage reduction from 50% reduction to 45% reduction. This will make it so that Orisa's a little bit more easier to kill and have a lot less sustainability whenever she goes into her gold form. The next change that's probably the simplest out of all these heroes is Ramatra's Nemesis form buff, where they're going to be reducing the cooldown time from 8 seconds to 7 seconds. Now, they're not going to be decreasing the time at which you're actually in your Nemesis form, just the time in between you're able to activate another Nemesis form. The next change is actually going to be a buff to Hammond's quad cannons, where they're going to be increasing the number of shots at which maximum spread is reached from 20 bullets to 30 bullets. So this just means that you're going to be hitting a little bit more of your shots because, well, 10 more bullets are more likely going to be going straight rather than just going at the full spread. And the final tank change is going to be to Zarya, where they're going to be nerfing her projected barrier, where they're going to be decreasing the size of the bubble by 15%, and they're going to be decreasing the health of the bubble from 225 to 200. Basically, almost reverting the whole entire changes that she got at the mid-season patch to how she was at the beginning of Season 6. Alright, we finally made it to all the DPS heroes that are getting changed in Season 7, which includes Cassidy, Mei, Sombra, and Torbjorn. And like I said, we're going to be saving Sombra till last. Cassidy's going to be getting a buff to his combat roll that surely is going to make him a S-rank hero, because the damage reduction is getting increased whenever you roll from 50% to 75. And by the way, that was a joke. This is going to be a change that's not going to do a lot for him, I feel like. But Mei is going to be getting a change where we're going back to Season 4, basically, because they're removing Mei's deep chill effect. You know that effect whenever you primary fire on an enemy and they get slightly frozen, not totally frozen, but slightly. Yeah, that's going away. That means the secondary fire and the melee bonus that you would get whenever you make contact with an enemy that got deep chilled is also getting removed. But while they're removing deep chill, they are going to be reverting her primary form of fire damage, increasing it from 70 damage per second to 100 damage per second. Basically, going back to how Mei was before she got her deep chill changes. And they're also going to be reverting this slow effect whenever you primary fire an enemy, just making it a stagnant 40% speed reduction to an enemy hit by her primary fire. And like I said, we're going to be saving Sombra to last, so let's look at Torbjorn's Rivet Nerf, where they're going to be increasing the recovery time to his primary fire from 0.48 seconds to 0.51 seconds. So they're increasing it by 0.03 seconds. On paper, it doesn't seem like a lot, but over the course of the game, you're going to be firing less shots off and possibly doing less damage. But the nerfs don't end there, because they're going to be nerfing the over health bonus that you get from his Overlord ability from 100 extra health to 75 extra health. But now, finally, let's look at all the support heroes that are getting changed, which is just two of them, Brigitte and Illari. Brigitte's getting a simple change where they're going to be increasing the damage to her whip shot from 70 to 80, which is good because I like getting whipped from Brig. And Illari is going to be getting a change that I'm kind of surprised by, because they're going to be nerfing her secondary healing from 120 health given to 105 health given per second. And I thought they would have nerfed her pylon, not her secondary fire, but yet here we are. Hot gamer boys and Indian girls everywhere, let's look at all of the Sombra changes, because this is a major rework. Now, if you want a screenshot of all the changes, here they are. Like I said, it's a lot. Let's just go from left to right from all of her abilities. First is going to be her stealth ability, because this is something that you're going to notice right away, and that is she automatically goes into her stealth after 3.5 seconds. No longer is an ability that you press, it's just something that just happens. But her stealth can still be interrupted if you shoot as Sombra, if you melee as Sombra, if you hack as Sombra, or if you receive damage as Sombra. The only time that her stealth isn't interrupted is if you reload or if you use her new Translocator ability, but we'll get to that in a minute. There's honestly so much done to her stealth. Like, you'll see that purple ring around her whenever you move. It's similar to Lucio's circle with his songs, but this is to indicate how close you can get to an enemy before you are detected by them. And this is a full 360 circle, so whether they're in front of you, at the side of you, behind you, it doesn't matter. You're going to be detected by that enemy. However, you won't be fully pulled out out of stealth until you're either shot by the enemy or you do any of the previously mentioned activities as Sombra. Last thing I want to point out when it comes to stealth is how fast you move with stealth and how fast you activate stealth. So the movement speed bonus got decreased from 60% to now 45%, and the time at which you fade into stealth decreased from 3.75 seconds to 0.25 seconds, and when you fade out of stealth, the time decreased from 0.5 seconds to 0.375 seconds. Let's look at the next new thing that's getting added to Sombra, which is her new ability 1 called Virus. This is going to be a thrown projectile that when it makes contact with an enemy, it'll do an impact damage of 10, and it'll do a total of 100 damage over the course of 4 seconds. However, the fun don't end there, because if you hack an enemy and you hit them with your Virus ability, it'll do 20 impact damage, and it will do 100 damage over the course of 2 seconds. Now, Virus does have a 6-second cooldown, and it's a projectile that doesn't have any max range. Like, it can just go on forever until it makes contact with something, whether it's a wall, a barrier, an enemy, just whatever. However, it can get blocked by enemy barriers, and it won't like hack the shield or anything like that. It'll just do an impact damage of 10, and that's it. Next new thing that we're going to talk about is her Translocator, because no longer is this something that you just throw in the corner and it's going to be a safe haven beacon. Now it's going to be something that can still teleport Sombra, but it will automatically teleport you after 0.25 seconds of it being thrown. You cannot manually activate it. It will just automatically teleport you, whether that's up in the air, horizontal, it doesn't matter. It'll automatically teleport you wherever the Translocator ends up. Now, the Translocator does get thrown a lot faster because they increase the projectile speed from 25 to 72. The cooldown did get reduced from 6 seconds to 5 seconds. However, the cooldown begins after Sombra teleports, not when the Translocator is thrown. And the best part about a Translocator is that whenever you throw it, it's going to reduce the cooldown for her stealth ability from 3.5 seconds to about 1 second or so. Almost every time whenever you throw the Translocator, you're going to automatically just be invisible once you teleport. But the next thing that we got to talk about will heavily affect her primary form of fire and her hack, and that's the fact that her Opportunist passive ability is now removed. This allows Sombra to get extra damage off of hacked targets, whether you're hacking them or EMPing them, it doesn't matter. Now, when it comes to new Sombra, if you hack a target or if you don't hack a target, it doesn't matter. It will do the same damage. And that's important to know because now we're going to look at her main form of damage, which is her little mini Uzi. They're going to be buffing the damage from 7.5 damage per bullet to now 8. They're going to be reducing the minimum spread from 0.5 to now 0. They're going to be increasing the maximum number of shots until you reach max spread from 3 bullets to now 6 bullets, and the reload time is getting reduced very slightly from 1.4 seconds to 1.2 seconds. So while you're not getting the bonus damage from hacked targets, you're just going to be doing more damage overall with Sombra. But what's going to be happening to her hack? Well, I'm glad you asked, because they're going to be buffing the hacking cast time by decreasing the time it takes to actually hack somebody from 0.75 seconds to 0.65 seconds. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, because they're going to be increasing the cooldown of her hack from 4 seconds to now 6 seconds. However, they're going to be keeping the 3-second cooldown whenever you hack a health pack, and keeping the 3-second cooldown whenever your hack gets interrupted, whether it's by somebody damaging you or whatever the case may be. But a very important note here is that her hack can interrupt her going into stealth, and it'll also bring her out of stealth, where previously you were able to hack while you were in your stealth. No more though. We're in the home stretch now. There's one final thing that's getting changed, and that's her EMP, because the ultimate charge cost is getting increased by 15%, and the health percent damage whenever you hack somebody with your EMP is getting reduced from 40% of their health to now just 30% of their health. But hot gamer boys and e-girls everywhere, those are all of the hero changes and the Sombra rework that's coming into Season 7, and be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to be looking at more Season 7 content. But until then, I love you guys, thank you guys for watching, more Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.